the great thing about a screening interview is that they're typically done by phone or by webcam, and so you can have notes during the interview. So it's a great way to say, as you're sort of easing your way into it. So things you want to do is, first of all, you want to make sure you have a good connection, whether it's your cell phone, landline, or your computer, because the worst thing you want is during an interview is to do the classic "can you hear me now" or repeat the question kind of thing, because rapport is everything in an interview, and any kind of distractions distract both the job seeker, you, and also the interviewer. And the second thing you want to do is do some preparation. You want to, dig down into the company, learn as much as you can about their culture, their values, the job itself, reread the job description, take some notes about how your skills and background match what the job description is. I'd also have you look at probably 10 or 20 of the most common job interview question things like, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, why should we hire you, kind of thing. Those are the basic questions that will probably be asked during a screening interview. During an initial interview, what job seekers should expect is sort of a series of standard interview questions. And typically employers ask everyone they're screening during this process the same questions, so they can kind of go back and review every job seeker's answer. So what you want to do is look at common job interview questions and develop answers to them. And then not just answers to them, but have anecdotes or stories behind those answers. Also expect a question about salary. Almost always they'll either ask, here's our salary range, are you comfortable with that? Or they will ask, what's your salary requirement? So you need to be prepared for that and have an answer for that. And then finally, know your resume, because a lot of times they'll just go down, check down the box. And even though it seems very obvious, they have your resume, you have your resume, but have your resume in front of you. Establishing rapport in a screening interview by phone or by web is a challenge for job seekers, because in a one-on-one interview in person, you can make eye contact, you can smile, but you want to use these other skills. And you can still smile with the phone. I have one hiring manager who swears to me that she can identify applicants who are smiling on the phone. I don't know, but that's what she says. So try to do that. Try to remember, try to take it as seriously as possible. The best way to end a screening interview is, of course, first thank the interviewer. It's always, I can't emphasize enough that courtesy in interviews is an amazing thing. So that's the first thing to do. The second thing is to ask about next steps. And that shows both your interest in the job still, and also it gives you some information about what's next. Now, hiring managers are optimistic beyond belief. So they might say, well, we expect to make a decision next week. That might turn out to be 6 months from now. So don't panic about that, but that just gives you at least a window. If they're thinking they really are going to do it in a week, then that gives you opportunity to say, well, I need to really condense my time span. And then the last thing I would do is make sure you have the contact information, and please, the spelling of the person's name, because that's another common mistake of job seekers, is misspelling it. So get their spelling correct, get their contact information, and then send off a thank you note thanking them and looking forward to the next step in the process.